Hey guys, welcome back to Mo's Game Table. Today we're going to take a look inside Aurelian, Restorer of the World. This is a solitaire game designed by Tom Russell and published by Hollandspiele Games. This is the latest game in the 3-Cup series that Tom has been doing. Agricola, Master of Britain, and Charlemagne, Master of Europe were the previous two, and now this is the latest. And when I heard this was coming out, I was real excited because I really enjoy the previous two games, and I wanted to see what Tom was going to do with this latest one. So let's take a look at the back of the box and see what this game's all about. The Roman Empire is broken. The crisis of the 3rd century, a decades-long fever dream of civil war, plague, and economic ruin, stretched it thinner and thinner until finally, inevitably, it splintered. The Palmyrene Empire to the east, the Gallic Empire to the west, and sandwiched between them, the remnants of the Roman Empire. Deprived of its richest provinces and stuck in a series of endless wars along the frontier, it seemed destined at last to fall. But in 270, when the emperor died, troops along the Danube did what troops along the Danube always did, and demanded that their commander take the purple. His name was Lucius Domitius Aurelianus, and over the course of his short reign, he would do the impossible. He would put his broken world back together again. Aurelian, Restorer of the World is a solitaire game from Tom Russell, the designer of Agricola, Master of Britain, and Charlemagne, Master of Europe. Like those titles, 3 cups are used to represent shifting attitudes towards Aurelian's rule. Actions you take will move chits from one cup to another. This game is shorter and faster than the 2 previous games, lasting a maximum of 6 turns. It's also more difficult. Beyond marching around the map, quelling revolts, and smacking down usurpers, you must manage monies, maintain a strong defensive line along the Danube, make war against the Germanic tribes, build up city defenses, and spread the cult of Sol Invictus. You do not have nearly enough time or resources to do all of these things equally well, and will need to make hard choices. If you succeed, you will earn the title Restitutor Orbis, Restorer of the World. And the game comes with a 22 by 17 inch map sheet, 88 counters, a 4-page player aid card, 12-page rulebook, and 1 8-sided die. So let's take a look inside and see what you get. All right, we have our 8-sided die, our rulebook, player aid card, our counters, and our map. So let's set up the map and take a closer look at the game. And we'll take a look at the map that comes with the game. It is a beautifully done point-to-point map of the Roman Empire, covering an area from the Middle East to Britannia. We also have income and treasury box, army strength, victory points, turn track, Deadpool, and the battle and campaign tables at the top right corner. And we'll take a look at the counter sheet that comes with the game. It is your standard Blue Panther, nice thick counters. We have our Roman units up here, and then the different factions you'll be facing off against, including the 2 usurpers, Posthumus and Zenobia, down here at the bottom right. And we'll take a look at the player aid that comes with the game. It's actually a fold-out rather than a single player aid sheet. On the front, we have the summary of actions. On the inside, we have the sequence of play, and then all of the different phases broken down for you, so that way you can easily follow along without having to reference the rulebook constantly. And on the back, we have a portrait of Queen Zenobia. And we'll take a look at the rulebook. This is a 9-page rulebook. On the front cover, we have our table of contents. And on the inside, we start off with the introduction where Tom explains the design intent behind the game. Then we get to components, all of them broken down for you and explained to you so you can easily understand what all of the components are. Then we get to setup, sequence of play, and then we get into the rules proper here on page 4. So only about 5 pages of actual rules. When you take out the supporting text, starts off with the actions phase, and it explains all the actions for you. Then we get to reactions, the build phase, levy phase, the Deadpool phase, taxation phase, and then the turn end phase, and then the lose conditions, which are the big key in this game because you're trying to win, obviously, but the first thing you want to do is make sure you don't lose because you're going to lose and lose often. The lose conditions are your treasury is reduced below 0. There are 3 barbarian markers occupying Danubian front boxes. Your army strength is reduced to 0. You fail to meet the turn's victory point threshold, and there are usurpers remaining at the end of turn 6 because this is only a 6-turn game. Then on the back, we have the total enemy value and number of barbarian units in pool charts. And that is a look at everything you get inside of Aurelian, Restorer of the World. This is a solitaire game designed by Tom Russell and published by Hollandspiele Games. If you've played any of the other 3-Cup system games, you're going to know what to expect here. I like the challenge that these games give you. You don't have enough time, you don't have enough resources. You've got to make do with what you've got to try to accomplish all of your goals. And like I said, you're going to lose, and you're going to lose often. And it's just one of those types of games where you know going in you're probably going to lose, but you keep coming back to it time and time again because it's a great challenge and it's a lot of fun to play. And these games you can knock out fairly quickly. Like I showed you, only about 5 pages of actual rules in the rule book. And Hollandspiele does a really great job at making rule books that are very easy to understand and games that are very easy to get to the table. So definitely worth picking this one up, especially if you enjoy the 3-cup system. If you have not played any of them, I definitely recommend checking into them because they are a hell of a lot of fun. Well, I hope that helps you guys out if you've been curious about this one. You have any comments or questions, post them down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.